Jeff McGovern, the pest coach. Here we are at Lake of the Woods, south of Twin Island. And what I'm doing here, of course, is fishing an Emmrod. And I've got a fairly lightweight setup on a pack rod spin handle with a 4-coil tip. Happens to be the 20-inch top water. And the reel I'm using is a very lightweight little Penn Conflict 2, kind of a carbon fiber reel set up for salt water, but it's only a 1,000 size. In this case, I have it loaded up with braided line to a 20-pound test fluorocarbon leader as a bite leader. The lure I'm fishing is a small spinner. It runs at about ½ an ounce, and it's actually a jig spinner, so the head articulates, and we have one of the elastomer tails on it, so it flexes like crazy, stretches like crazy. Even if a big northern pike or muskie hits it, which they do a lot, you're not going to have a problem with them getting cut off because these things flat hold up. It's a beautiful day, and I've been casting out across these rocky flats, and here you can see I've hooked up. Initially, I thought this was a smallmouth in the rocks, and it wasn't until I got it back to the boat that it was a little bit of a surprise because the fish fought very well, and we're talking water here that was probably 4 or 5 feet deep with a lot of shallow weeds and chunks of rocks and boulders in some places. But what I ended up with was a really sweet walleye. Wasn't a giant fish, but this is one that would have been the perfect lunch fish. For shore lunch, you get fish this size, they are delicious when freshly prepared on an island. As you can see, that's a beautiful walleye. And don't worry, because what we normally do is catch these fish, make sure they're healthy, and we always let them go. Because there's no reason to waste the resource. We weren't going to have fish for lunch that day, and we didn't plan on fish for dinner. And with our conservation licenses, you're only allowed a couple a day anyway. So this fish was able to go back into Lake of the Woods and live on to get even bigger. So I guess bottom line is, don't worry, we released it, of course.